I'm doing my St. Tropez bronzing mousse review. I know a few people asked actually for this, and I'm glad to do it because I've been such like a, what's the word? I don't know, like skeptic about like self-tanning, and I tried it a lot when I was younger, but like it always turned out terrible and like smelly and orange and not my thing. But I heard so much about this on YouTube, and I know that so many people like this, and I know that like so many other ways of tanning is so bad for you, and I don't have the money to get a spray tan, so I thought I would try this out. I got it for my birthday from my best friend, and I am obsessed with it. I never thought I would like something this much. So what I did is I exfoliate every time I shower, pretty much, especially in the winter, because I'm not so worried about being like my legs being tan and stuff. So I usually use this like around my chest area, my arms, like anything that's going to be seen on my face and everything. So I'm going to tell you the way I do it, and I'm going to tell you like other things about it. So hopefully this isn't too disorganized of a video. And so the first thing that I do usually is I shower, like in the morning or at night. So if I shower at night, I'll do this like the next day at some point. But I think the best time for me to do something, it obviously depends on your schedule. Best time for me to do it is around 8 o'clock at night. I'll do it around 8 and then shower around midnight, but that's just my schedule, so I'm sure most of you go to bed before midnight or whatever your schedule is. What I did the first time I used this was I put it on I think around 6 p.m. So what I do with it is I use my Ulta bronzing mitt. You can get these at any Ulta, they're about $5 I think, and I've reused mine quite a few times. It's pretty gross looking. But you can get those pretty much anywhere. I know that they actually have one that works with this specifically, but I just get that one because it's cheaper. I used that and I applied it all over my whole body. And then I waited about 5-6 hours. Now when you first apply it, it does not smell. It doesn't smell like bad at all. It doesn't smell like the tanning smell or anything. But I wouldn't recommend going anywhere after this, because after about an hour of having it on your skin, you start getting that gross like tan smell, like that fake tan smell. Also, I wouldn't like sit on anything white. Not that it comes off really easy. Like I'll put my clothes on after a minute of having it dry, and it doesn't like get on them, but like it's just like a kind of a gross feeling. Like I have white sheets, so I wouldn't sleep with this unless I put like a towel down or something. After I apply it, I wait about a minute or so for it to all dry and everything, and you just want to you can put another layer on. Sometimes I like double up layers, but you don't have to. Obviously it depends how tan you want to look. The first time you do it, I'd recommend just using one application to see how it works on you. I have like a medium skin tone, so if you're really light, you might want to just like do it really lightly or do like a spot test or whatever. So the first time that I used this, I applied it all over my whole body, including my face. So for my whole body, I just used my tanning mitt. So I just put my hand in the tanning mitt, I squirted about a pump. I'd say I used about 7 pumps for my entire body, and I'm pretty tiny, I'm like 5'4" and very thin, so take that as you may. I used about 7 pumps for my whole body. I've used this about 6 or 7 times so far, and there's still a lot left in here, so I mean I think this would last for over a month even if you do it like every other day. So I would just use the mitt, apply it all over my body evenly, you know, try not to miss your back. There's always like that one spot that you can't get, but I mean, whatever. And just use it all over your whole body. Make sure your skin is smooth, you have no dry patches. If you get like really ashy like knees or elbows, make sure you moisturize them before you use that. I don't get anything like that, so I wasn't really worried about it. Don't do the bottom of your feet or anything like that, because that's just gonna look silly. And for my feet and my hands, so I didn't get orange, what I did was use the mitt and just kind of like slid upward and didn't like rub into like here or anything. This stuff does not make your fingers orange or like in here, doesn't make like your nails like gross looking or anything like that. So that was such a great thing for me, because every time I've ever used self-tanner, that always happens. Even with the mitt, like things will seep through, but this did not happen. Like even when you use the mitt and you slide it onto your hand like that, it didn't make them orange or anything like that, so that was really great. And then for your face, you could use the mitt, but I would not recommend it because it doesn't blend on your face as well. I mean, if you have perfect skin, it might work a little bit better for you, but I do not, so that I couldn't use the mitt because it didn't blend really well on my face. So I used my hands for my face, and that's the tricky part for me, because first time I did it, I put the bronzer on my hands, and then like with the mitt, and then I took the mitt off and squirted some into my palm or into my fingertips, and then just rubbed it all over my face. And then you just wash your hands and it'll come right off your fingertips. You have to do it immediately, so make sure you're doing this in the bathroom or near a sink or something. But when you wash your hands, if you wash your hands right after you apply it, this part of your hand will lose the tan too. So I'd recommend doing your whole body, not your hands, and then doing your face with your fingertips, washing your hands, and then doing this part of your hands, just to make it a little bit easier so you don't have to like reapply it, because that's just like a waste. But for my face, I usually do 2 coats, because your face like gets exfoliated more than your body usually, and stuff like that. So I usually do extra on my face, but it's amazing. It does not make me break out at all. It is just such an amazing product. I really, really love it. After I would apply it all over everywhere. I'll sit for about 4 hours just doing nothing. I would not go anywhere because it really does start to get that really gross smell. But once you shower, it's amazing. Like the feeling, what happens in the shower is like when you're rinsing, it's almost like dyeing your hair in the shower, if you know what that's like. Like the water starts running like brown, and it's like so gross, and you think you're losing all of it, but you're not at all. And it just like completely cleans off all the layer, like the top layer of like gunk that's on your body, but it leaves you looking gorgeously bronzed, like a really nice brown color. I know it's kind of orange now, but that's because my light, it's like a yellow kind of light, so like it gives that cast, but really not orange, if that's what you're seeing. And I really, really love it. It gives you a perfect bronze like look without looking patchy or anything like that. I know other people obviously are going to think different things, but this is just my experience. I figured out like a way to apply it that I really, really like. One thing I did want to say though, you can sleep with it on. You can wear it for more than 4 hours. I feel like the longer you wear it, the kind of longer it'll hold, if that makes sense. Like if I do 2 layers, which is what I'm normally doing now, so I would do like 14 pumps for my whole body. Doing 2 layers gives me like the perfect amount of bronze that I want that looks natural for the winter. But sometimes if I want like I want it to last longer, like I'd say if you leave it about 4 or 5 hours and then you shower, it'll last about a day or 2, which is actually pretty good for something like this because it's like a bronzing mousse. It's not like a gradual tan, which I think is a bit easier, more convenient and stuff, and I don't mind doing it every other day or so. I usually probably do it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and like sometime over the weekend, maybe. Maybe not. Sometimes, so it's about 2 or 3 times a week I'll do it. But the first place you notice it fading is your face because that's the place you probably see the most often. So that's where I notice it first. So sometimes I'll just reapply it on my face, like my neck and my chest before anything else, like if I want to just reapply it there. But one thing you can sleep with it on, that's the thing that I notice that when I sleep with it on, so if I put it on like at night or something, then I'll sleep with it on and shower in the morning around 9. I put a towel down definitely when you go to sleep just in case, you just don't want to, you never know what's going to happen. So I always put a towel down or something before I go to sleep. But if you sleep with it on, you'll notice in the morning you look weird and disgusting. Like you're like, oh my god, I put way too much on. You look brown and like dirty and like muddy. And I like the first time I slept with it on, I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna look like this all day. Like what in the world? This is so bad. And it was like gross and like seeped into like little lines and like stuff like that. And you're like, oh my god, this is so bad. Second you wash your face, it's like not like that. You're tan. You're not like brown and like dirty looking, and you take a shower and it's completely like that. Like you look perfectly fine. So don't get too scared if you want to sleep with it on. It's perfectly fine. And the one thing I do notice when I sleep with it on is it lasts more than 2 days. For some reason, the longer it seeps into your skin, the longer it'll stay on. At least for me anyway. I have pretty like not dry skin. In the winter it does get a little bit drier like on my legs and like stuff like that. But I mean my skin isn't like, I don't have like a dry skin problem. So I mean if you have really dry skin it might work differently on you. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. The only thing I don't like about it is the smell. That's the only thing that when you first apply it, it doesn't smell at all, but I wouldn't recommend like going to your boyfriend's house or something after applying this. Definitely shower first, but definitely don't shower like within the 4-hour period. Wait 4 hours, because if you don't, then it'll all come off and it'll be pointless. But seriously, if you mess up right away, wash your hands and it'll be perfectly fine. When you do it on your face, like when you use your hands to apply it to your face, make sure you blend down your neck, around, like on your ears, behind, like down your neck. You don't want to miss any spots because it can be pretty noticeable. And right after you finish rubbing it into your face, you're gonna look at your hands and be like, oh my god, ew, like my hands are gonna be brown and disgusting, like your fingertips. You wash them and it completely comes off right away. So just make sure you're near water or bathroom or like a baby wipe or something like that. And then you just use the mitt and just apply it onto your hands and it's perfectly fine. You can get these mitts, like I said, at Ulta for $5. You can get them on their website and everything. They kind of do go out of stock a lot because a lot of people buy them. But I mean, whatever, I've reused this like 5 or 6 times, and I think you can wash these off and like try to clean them, but I don't really know. So I'll try to get back to you guys on that. But this is about, I think, $40 or something like that. I got mine at Sephora. My friend got it for me, but I got it from Sephora. You can probably get it from their website too, and I think those are the only 2 places you can get it from. But yeah, so I definitely recommend this if you have the money for it. If not, I'm not really sure about any kind of drugstore one, because I feel like self-tanning, especially stuff from the drugstore, can be a little bit like iffy, and I don't like testing out a bunch of stuff, especially on my body, because like when it doesn't work I get really disappointed, and then you have to kind of deal with that, and I don't know, I'm like not really experimental and stuff like this, so I wanted to try this, and like thank God I got it as a gift because I probably wouldn't have bought it for myself otherwise. I know this video is probably super long because you guys know I love talking, but I just want to let you know about this product and how great it works, and how I apply it and how it works for me. So I really hope that this video helped you guys out. If you want to try it and you have any more questions or anything like that, please let me know. If you have any more specific questions or something like that, any kind of questions, whatever, just leave them below. Let me know other videos you want me to do. I hope all you guys had a really great Thanksgiving yesterday. I did. I got completely stuffed, and it was fantastic. But yeah, so happy holidays, everybody, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Hair is so squeaky today. Oh my god. Okay. God, I'm not saying this right.